All right, we're going to look at our last section of descriptive statistics on measures of position. So the measures of position are basically where are things in a data set. So we kind of know the center is the mean, the spread is the standard deviation, but where are individual data in the thing? What does it mean to be in the top 25% or the top 10%, et cetera, et cetera. So one way to do this is with what we call as the 5-number summary. The 5-number summary is basically a way to divide your data set into quarters. So we have a minimum value, we have the smallest value in the data set, and we have the biggest number in the data set. So the middle, remember, we call the median. The median is kind of the middle that breaks the top 50 from the bottom 50. So then to get the quarters, we're going to actually split these two halves in half. And so this bottom one we call quartile 1, and this top one we call quartile 3. So quartile 1 is going to be the number that the lowest 25% of the data lie between. So if you think about this region below here, we have 25% of the data. And quartile 3 is going to break apart the top 25% of the data. So then you have this kind of middle 50%. So top 25, bottom 25, and middle 50. These are the numbers that make up the 5-number summary. Now, they're very, very easy to find. You just have to kind of find the middles of a couple different things. So let's just make up one. Let's say I just have some numbers here. So the first thing I'm going to do is if I want to find the median's the middle number, so this is the median. So the median there's an odd number, so it splits 3 on the bottom, 3 on the top, so this is the median. So now we have these 3 data pieces as the bottom half. So if I find the middle of those, it would be Q3, or Q1, so that is 3. And then I have these 3 data pieces on top as the top 50%, so the middle of those is Q3. So that's how we do the quartiles. Now obviously you can also do this with our Desmos, and we'll show you that in a second video. So here is some data on the 5-number summary for some testing scores on a recent nursing exam. So if I look at these, we can go ahead and count how many we have. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We have 15 data pieces. So since there's 15, the middle one would be the median. So if we count in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So here is my median. So if that's the median, that's going to put 7 above and 7 below. So if I look at my top, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, the middle of that is 18. So this is my Q3. And then if I look at my bottom 7 numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, then the middle of that is 10. That's Q1. So any data point below 10, like these, are in the bottom 25%. Any in the top above Q3 is in the top 25%. So obviously if you had a more robust data set, if you have more numbers, then you could of course count and figure out the percent that are above or below a certain value. Now our last kind of quantitative graph we're going to learn to kind of describe quantitative data is a box plot. The only one we really have so far is the histogram, which is fine, but the histogram, it kind of looks better when you have a lot of data and some things you can kind of group together. So a box plot is a quantitative data graph that just uses our 5-number summary. So it's just going to use our Q1, Q2, Q3, median, min, max, all that good stuff. So if I want to make a box plot, I'll show you how to do it. And we'll also do it with some technology here in a second. So what we're going to need is we're going to need the min and the quartile 1 and the median, quartile 3, and the max. So I kind of just want to list all these 5-number summaries. These are the ones we talked about above. So from above, we said the median was 15. We said quartile 1 was 10, and quartile 3 was 18. The biggest is 37, and the smallest is 5. So to make this box plot, the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to make a scale. Now you can make this horizontal or vertical. I'm making it horizontal. It doesn't really matter. So I'll just start putting some numbers. So I'll start at 0 because 5 is pretty small. Maybe I go by 5s, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Now I should obviously give a scale. So this is my test scores, because these are test scores on a nursing exam. So maybe my title is going to be nursing exam scores, or just nursing exam, whatever you want. Now the way this works is we're going to use the three middle numbers, these quartile 1, 3, and the median, to make a box. That's why it's called a box plot. So we'll make a vertical line at 15, a vertical line at 10, and a vertical line at Q3, which is at 18, and we make a box. Now, the second part of it is we're going to put the min and max as just solid dots. So our minimum is at 5, and our maximum is way out here at 37. And so what I will do is I will connect these with lines. So this is a box plot. Now, why this is really helpful, this is essentially showing us the middle 50%. This is the middle 50% of all the data. So this part, this top part, this would be the upper 25%. So you can see that's pretty stretched out. And this is the bottom 25%. So a pretty easy thing to make, but it really shows you a lot of the spread and where the data lies. Like, is a lot of it kind of spread out? Is it all over the place? Where is it going to be? So just to kind of summarize what we've talked about, the mean and median are going to be our measures of the center. The mean is going to be changed by those big values, those outliers, more than the median. But the median does not account for all the data, obviously just the middle. You have to decide about which one is more appropriate. And then, of course, our standard deviation is the measure of the spread of our data set, which we've calculated by hand and with our technology. So there'll be a second video to kind of talk about how this works on Desmos, so make sure you check that out in preparation for class.